I'm Anne and welcome to Chronically Beautiful, where we are trying to live our best life even though we probably don't feel like it. And today we're going to be going over 10 acupressure points that you should know if you are dealing with any type of chronic pain. If that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around, but first don't forget to hit that subscribe button and comment on the video. Interacting is so much fun for me. I absolutely love when I get comments and get to talk to people. And then finally, giving this video a thumbs up is one of the best compliments you can give me and my channel, and it really helps YouTube to notice me. So thank you so much for doing those things if you feel like this video is adding value to your life. All right, you guys, let's dive right in. So we are dealing with 10 pressure points that I think you should know, and I'm just such an expert, so you should definitely listen to me. No, actually, I am just someone who deals with chronic pain and is desperate to do anything to help, and acupressure has been something that has been absolutely awesome for me. If you're interested in knowing more about acupressure and what it is, why you should use it, and how, I do have another video that I will link up here and or down below. I always say that and I never remember to do it, but I have a whole series on acupressure, and that's the first one in the series. So go ahead and check that one out and share it with any friends that you think might be interested as well. The first point, I really struggle, obviously, with Chinese pronunciation. I'm obviously a stone cold American here. I don't have any second languages other than the language of music. So I did my best to try to do these pronunciations, but please forgive me and don't come at me if I really butcher it, but I'm trying hard to do it right. So the first pressure point we're going to talk about is the Zhong Zu pressure point, also known as TE3. They all have numbers and Chinese names and American names, or triple energizer 3. That's what the TE stands for. And this particular pressure point is known to release tension and enhance circulation. It's especially good for your upper back, your neck, tension, headaches, and shoulder pain. And I honestly wish I would have used this one more last year when I was dealing with my broken shoulder. Probably would have helped. I don't even know why I didn't think about it. You can just use your finger. You can use a pen, any kind of little, hard object. I prefer to use different little tools, and so I'm not quite sure what this is called. I'm not sure if this would be considered a gua sha or not. It might be, because I know they come in different shapes or sizes. But I prefer for this particular point to use a tool such as this, or even a traditional gua sha that you might be seeing right now, even on like TikTok, that people use for facial massage. So this point is found between your third and fourth knuckle, or fourth and fifth, I guess, if you're counting your thumb, but it's between your ring finger and your pinky finger, right up here at the main knuckle where you bend. And when you bend it, you can feel a tendon in there. Where you feel that tendon moving is where the pressure point is. And so you can press down on it using your finger. I like this particular tool because it's got I've got, small hands, so it fits right in there. And so you're going to apply the pressure there for 4 to 5 seconds at a time. Press it down and then come off. And then you can repeat that for, 30 seconds to a couple of minutes. And you may not immediately feel that change, but for me, it happens pretty quickly. But you want to make sure, because we're trying to loosen up tension, especially in our neck and upper back, maybe doing this one while lying down so you can relax your head and relax your neck is a good one. So if you're feeling that tension, again, this is Zhong Zu TE3, or triple energy 3. The next pressure point is HeGu, or L13. This pressure point is most often used for stress, facial pain, toothaches, toothaches are the worst, and neck pain. This is another pressure point that is found on the hand. So if you take your hand and do like this, like such, okay? So you're gonna kind of make like a long quack quack. So when you do that, when you bring them close together, you're gonna feel your muscle right up here, and you can kind of feel that it gets tender in there. So right in here, that is the L14 pressure point. And often you can tell the pressure points because you do feel some tenderness. And sometimes when you're feeling that tenderness, it probably means that there's a problem going on with that. So again, you're gonna use your thumb. Is a really easy tool to use for this one, because you can just kind of hold your hand and press down, and you can feel the muscle under there. And you're gonna, again, hold it for 4 to 5 seconds at a time. You can take the pressure off, put it back on, all the way up to, 30 seconds, or repeating it for up to 2 to 5 minutes. I wouldn't go overboard with it. You're going to end up giving yourself a bad bruise, but just try to relax. So again, we're trying to alleviate stress, tension, facial pain, tension in the neck. So getting into a relaxed position to use this is a good idea. Just, you know, be careful when you stand up that you do so slowly. Our next pressure point is GB20 or gallbladder 20, Feng Chi in Chinese, or wind pool. So there's so many different names. Wind pool, I love that. That's just so beautiful. Loving that. This one is recommended for headache, migraine, blurry eyes, fatigue, low energy, and one of my favorites, cold and flu symptoms. So this one is really good for when you're just having a lot going on up in this area. It can also help with allergy symptoms as well. I know that my eyes get all icky when I'm dealing with bad allergies, and I get a lot of those cold and flu symptoms as well. Probably could help with relief from the COVID symptoms also, because they're a lot of the same symptoms. An easy way to find it, and there are 2 spots that you're going to use at the same time. An easy way to find it is to interlace your fingers and then place your hand on the back of your neck. And that distance apart, when you have your hands here, that distance apart is where you're feeling that Feng Chi. There are also sinuses located back there, your back little area. If you've watched my lymphatic massage video and you have done that lymphatic massage, you definitely know that you're going to feel some relief from congestion and things like that from using this point. This one is a favorite of mine. It helps to relieve neck tension. It's my favorite part of when I get a massage, that moment where she just uses my head as its own weight.
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
It's glorious. If you can do that, if you can lean back, if you've got one of those like neck pillow things that's got the pressure points on it, oh, glorious. I should review one of those. And then you just lay back and let the weight of your head fall on there. Always try to relax and breathe deeply anytime you are using any of these pressure points. It just helps you to get the most out of it. You don't want to forget and get more tension because we're trying to get rid of it. Feng Chi is one of the really good pressure points for migraine headaches as well, and has been clinically proven to help, along with some of the other acupoints, to give relief from migraine. Heaven's Pillar is the next pressure point. So Heaven's Pillar is another one that's found in the back, and there are 2. That's a double up one. Finding the base of your skull, you could even find where Feng Chi is and just work your way down from there. And it's about 2 inches away from the top of where your backbone begins, where your spine begins. So if you can find your spine, and then on either side of your spine, right above your shoulders, is where you're going to find the Heaven's Pillar points. So if Feng Chi was here, we're coming down to right about here, and you can feel your tendons in there. You can feel this kind of meaty, tendony area right on either side of your spine. And that is the Heaven's Pillar pressure point. Now this one's another really good one if you're not feeling well. It releases swollen lymph nodes, congestion, and really helps with neck and shoulder pain. And so again, when you're doing that lymphatic massage, there is a part that kind of comes down the back of your head and down your neck, and that is why we get that drainage when we're doing our lymph massage, because we are hitting 2 points that are set to help with congestion. I'm already, just from doing this for a moment right now, I'm feeling drainage down the back of my neck from this one. And again, also helps with neck and shoulder pain. Thumbs are the best tools for this one. Jian Jing. Really struggling with this one. Jian Jing is GB21 or gallbladder 21. And this is another one that we are using for headache, neck pain, stress, shoulder tension. And I know all of the headache ones because, you know, I've used them all. That's where most of the pain is. It is not recommended that pregnant women use this one. And in fact, pregnant women should not be doing any acupressure without speaking to their doctor first, because a lot of the different points can stimulate labor. So be careful. You are going to find your shoulder muscle. And, you know, if you move your shoulder a bit, you can feel where that is. Right here, and you're going to find where that's at. Now this one's a little easier if you can have someone else do it to you, but once we feel that right in here, we're going to give it a pinch and find that back spot there. And so where our index finger is, it's kind of where the shoulder blade sort of meets this muscle, and you can feel, I always try to feel the muscle or the tendon underneath to know if I found the point. And then I'm releasing that pinch now that I found it, and I'm just putting the pressure there. And again, trying to sit back, relax, so that I'm not adding tension. Our next pressure point is the Sea of Tranquility. Love that. Or C17. So this one is used for just general overall feelings of tranquility, happiness, general release from stress, depression, overall tension, anxiety, and can even help to improve your immune system over time. And it can help with insomnia. So it's one that's often used when you are having trouble sleeping. So the C17 point, Sea of Tranquility, is on your breastbone, and it's basically find your nipples and then work your way in from there. And you can feel that there's kind of an indent in your breastbone, just right there. And your thumb fits nicely into it. Now it is just kind of right there on your bone, so it's a little painful for the touch. So just be careful you're not pushing too hard. You may bruise yourself there. But if you're having trouble sleeping, I know for me, when I'm feeling anxiety, my hand just goes right there. Like I'm having a rough time, I'm feeling like really sick, boom, my hand goes right here to this point and just helps to calm me. And again, this is another one to do that you can lie down and just relax and just kind of let it do its work. If you have someone that could even do that for you, and just a gentle pressure, like it's already really hurting. So just be careful that you're not doing that one too hard. So it's a good one for just overall and general well-being. And you may find yourself doing that one and then you fall asleep and wake up and you're like, what was happening? Why am I holding my boob? Because you were just doing C17. The third eye, or Ying Hong, that was a tough one, or GV24. This point is said to relax the mind, clarify ideas and intuitions. Those are the more kind of new agey things that it does, or even strengthen your mental prowess. For our kind of purposes of pain control and symptom management, it is known to be helpful with chronic fatigue and stress, as well as eye strain, concentration, and memory. So if you're having one of those moments where you're just struggling to remember what you did with something, boom, there you go. This one's going to be found right between your eyebrows, directly there, and it's about a finger's length above your eyebrows. And this is another one where you could use a tool to get in there, but your skin is really delicate on your face, especially when you're just right over a bone, like on your forehead. So the thumb is probably the best way to go, or even your finger, but just take a moment. This is a really good one if you've been just kind of sitting at your computer all day and you need to take a moment, regroup, focus your mind, maybe get up away from the computer, take a little walk to the kitchen, and while you're doing it, just work on that third eye to just kind of give yourself some relaxation. This is also a good point if you're feeling like you have sinus congestion and you just are struggling with that. Just add some gentle pressure. Sometimes, again, I like to do slight movement. You may want to lie down so that you can relax and you're not adding tension by pushing your head against your hand. So this is that third eye, really good for taking a break from computer work. Our next point is probably my second favorite and most used acupressure point, Ne Guan, or P6 pericardium 6. And this is the classic motion sickness pressure point. And again, this is the one I absolutely use the most, that kind of makes a big difference in my life of nausea and blah. So this is the one that we would use our C bands if you own something like this. If you don't, and you are prone to nausea caused by motion sickness or for any other reason, first of all, I highly recommend picking up some of these C bands. You can buy them at CVS or your local drugstore, even like Meijer, places like that. They're usually down at the bottom of the stomach care aisle, near like the other sort of natural remedies. But I got mine, I think I got a 6-pack, and it also came with a little carrying case on Amazon for like $6 or $7, or wherever it is that you like to order such things, if you're not interested in sending any more idiots to space.
Colonel, you better take a look at this radar.
But this is a really helpful thing. But you don't need to have these to stimulate the P6 point to help. So what you're going to do to find this point is you're going to find where your wrist bends, and you're going to put 3 fingers there. And so that's the length away from your hand that you're going to be, are the 3 fingers. The next thing you're going to do is find the 2 tendons that run down the length of your arm. And you're going to place your finger, your tool, your bracelets right in between those 2 tendons, 3 finger lengths below. So I like to put my fingers there, and then I kind of just find that, and I'll switch over to like my thumb, and I will kind of really get in there and sort of just massage the area. So these bracelets are really nice because you just pop it on there. You often see pregnant ladies wearing these if they're dealing with like a real lot of morning sickness. Patients that are going through chemotherapy, highly recommend for you to have those. And then you just set it on. I do mine on both arms. I have given these to my students to use when they have been feeling nauseous, and they've like, can I keep these? Yes, because they're cheap. And you just set it in there, and it kind of does the job for you. I do get motion sickness, and it's even, the older I get, the worse it gets, and I do not go anywhere without these, especially not on any kind of a trip. Another thing that this helps with is vertigo, and vertigo often causes all of those other symptoms. And next point we're going to talk about is the outer gate point. Now the P6 point is also known as the inner gate, which helps with nausea, etc. The outer gate point is almost the, inverse of that, or the opposite of that. So again, we're going 3 points. We're finding the 2 tendons of the hand. We're going 3 fingers down, and it is on the back of the arm. And you could even flip your C-bands around if you're feeling like you need constant pressure there. The outer gate is supposed to give you a rush of energy or a boost to your immune system. So this one you may or may not feel right away, but on days when you're super extra tired, or you're just feeling flary and just blah, the outer gate point might be something that you want to do. So might be something to use your bracelets for first thing in the morning. If you're feeling like you're really dragging, you can pop those on to give yourself a rush of energy. The point, known in English as the point of longevity, in Chinese, Zhu San Li, is one of my favorites because it does so much so quickly. It's known for rejuvenation and healing overall, and was known that used originally that someone was marching a very long while, 1,000 miles or something crazy. I'm sure that I'm getting the story wrong, but they call it that because he was walking and just was about to give up, and then when he used this pressure point, he was able to continue on with his journey. And this also is helpful for asthma, gastro issues, nausea and vomiting, depression, anxiety, stress, brain function. It just does it all. It gives you energy. And for me, it is such a good one for nausea. When I feel like I am about to throw up, which happens to me fairly often, and I just don't because I sort of will it not to happen, but this is the pressure point that is the absolute most helpful in a pinch for me when I've just tried everything else and I'm so nauseous. So to find this one and use this one, you're going to bend your knee and put your hand right here on the outside of your knee. And all of these pressure points can be done on either side of your body, or to both sides at once, which I do often do for this one. So you're going to bend your knee, and when you bend your knee, you're going to find your knee bone here where these bones meet, and you should feel a tendon moving under there. Where you feel the tendon kind of hopping underneath, that's where the pressure point lies, and you are going to apply the pressure there. Now, I like to pull my knees up and use my 2 thumbs to do this when I'm really feeling sick, and I do a sort of rounding motion where I just kind of go over that tendon and just add that pressure there, and it really, really helps. This is another one. You could use a tool if you want to, if you're just feeling tired because you've been doing this for a long time. You don't want to do this for an hour or anything, but you can definitely do it until you feel better, which is what I typically do, and it usually takes, I don't know, maybe 2 to 5 minutes before I start feeling relief. And again, when I'm nauseous, this one is absolutely excellent. It's kind of a weird one to find, but it will also help to just give you energy and help to relieve the fatigue that you might be feeling. It's not going to make you want to jump up and run a marathon probably, but it's one of the most helpful ones. Okay, everyone, well, that was 10 acupressure points for beginners to know, and I really hope that even one of these will make a difference in your symptoms today and help you to feel better. If you've got any favorites that I haven't mentioned, or you'd like to see me do a video on one of them, please comment below. I would love to hear if you're already using acupressure and what you think of it and what you might like to learn more about. Please comment. I absolutely love to interact with my viewers when they're commenting. It's just so much fun to get a notification that I have a comment, so that would be really, really cool of you. And again, the biggest compliment you could give is a like or a share. And thanks so much for going on this adventure with me. Keep coming back. Take care of you. And if no one's told you today, you deserve to live your best life. Bye.